I haven't been uncomfortable. I haven't really been scared. If I end up in chains in Guantanamo, I can live with that. We've asked the government again and again to provide for a fair trial, and they've declined. I feel very fortunate to have received asylum. I think it's reasonable to assume that I am under surveillance. What do you think about this? How can we be doing this? Isn't this unconstitutional? Isn't this unusual? Isn't this a violation of rights? I'm not going to presume to know what a jury would think or to say what they should or should not think. I think it would be very difficult to find any 12 Americans in the United States right now who would uniformly agree that the last year's revelations about the NSA's unconstitutional surveillance programs did not serve the public interest. But I think it's fair to say that there are reasonable and enduring questions about the extent of these surveillance programs, how they should be applied, and that should be the focus of any trial. That your private images, records of your private lives, records of your intimate moments have been taken from your private communication stream, from the intended recipient, and given to the government without any specific authorization, without any specific need, by watching everywhere we go, by watching everything we do, monitoring every person we meet, analyzing every word we say. Is that the kind of society we want to live in? That is the definition of a security state. Contrary to popular belief, they're very hostile to privacy. We shouldn't trust them. And technical literacy in our society is a rare and precious resource.
Failures and oversight that we've seen in almost every Western government.
You're a Russian spy.
No.
You're an unwitting agent of Russia.
You are crazy. If the government had the
Tiniest indication, the tiniest shred of evidence.
not even that I was working for the Russian government, that I was associating with the Russian government, it would be on the front page of the New York Times by lunchtime. Journalists have to be particularly conscious. Lawyers, doctors, investigators, and accountants.
It's going to be compromised. But if they carry a mobile phone on the way to meet a source,
Become immeasurably harder than it ever has been in the past. That the average member of our society can actually not have a reasonable measure of faith in the skills of all the members of these professions, because that very first contact before encrypted communications are established is enough to give it all away. I think it's entirely inappropriate for any government in any country to insert itself into the regulation of a free press.